In your book, early on in the chapters, I think it might be the second chapter, you talk about staying in the present and how crucial that is. And I'd like to hear more about that and I'd like to hear generally about it, and then I'd like to hear more about how you achieve that.
Look, I can answer this. In many ways, okay. I'm praying God will manifest in my answers, okay. And so I want you to pray about that also. See, the question is, what is real for us? Past is past. It does affect us in the present moment. But what is the present moment? You see, the present moment right now, that is the only existential reality. Okay? Only reality is the present moment right now. You know, it's not what we did in the past. It is not how even our pasts are affecting us in the present moment. It's not. It is at this moment, what we feel at this moment, the joy we feel, the gratefulness we feel, the happiness we feel, how content we are. See, all those things are the only reality. But you see, in a material universe, that's not how things work. You know, material world is something of relativity and connectivity. How our past connects with us in the present moment, and how the present moment is going to connect with our future. You know, it is really a materialistic way of approaching it. You know, but we are consciousness just as much as we are a matter. You see, so the question is, what is so real at this moment if we look at ourselves as consciousness? If we look at ourselves as matter, yes, our past and our future and all those connectivities and relativities are relevant. But when you look at ourselves as a manifestations of consciousness, you know, then all of our past and the future, they are all illusions. Do you see that?
Yes.
The real way of looking at is looking at ourselves as a conscious energy, as a form of conscious energy. See, even though this conscious energy, it has no beginning and it has no end, it is completely eternal. It is not related to the past or the future. The energy is how warm it is, how active it is, how vibrant it is at this moment. You see, that's what it is, and that's what we are. But unfortunately, we are looking at ourselves as matter, as body, as elements with external attachments, as elements with internal attachments. See, that is how we perceive ourselves. But there is another side to us. But there is another dimension to us. And that dimension is our conscious energy. It's our consciousness. And the consciousness that I'm talking about, it is not a vague idea or anything. It is scientifically proven that we are a makeup of internal and external consciousness. Okay? It's not a fiction.
Right.
Although the church is slowly accepting it, but the truth is that is what we are. So as consciousness, as energy, does the energy have anything to do with our past or the future? It doesn't. It really does not. It has everything to do with who we are at this moment, how we feel at this moment. It's not even how we think, how we feel at this moment. See, Jesus talks about it so many times. Our prophet spoke about it many times. About consciousness, about energy, and being in the present moment and all of that. Bible is not absent of these concepts. It's full of it. Say, for instance, let's talk about Proverbs 3:5, I think. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not rely on your insight. So what is heart and what is insight? See, insight is what connects us to the past and the future and all of those relativities and connectivities. That's our thought pattern. That's how we think. That's how we contemplate. That is how we understand. That is, how our perceptions make us attached to our intellect, our reasoning. Do you see that?
I do.
Whereas, what is the heart doing? The heart is feeling and only feeling. Nothing else. We don't say our heart is thinking. You see?
Yeah.
Our heart is feeling. So the more we engross ourselves in mindfulness and thoughtfulness and all of that, we are totally reliant on our insights.
Yeah.
But that's not what the Bible says.
Yeah.
Bible doesn't say that. See, Bible says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Meaning, with all your feelings as you feel right now in the present moment. And do not rely on your insight.
That's a big jump.
That is a huge jump. See, that is the wisdom of being in the present moment. See, what your heart feels 2 seconds ago is meaningless. What your heart feels right now, that you need to be very aware of at this very moment, because that is the epicenter of your energy. That is the 0 point of your energy and your consciousness. See, that's what it is. And when you are so connected to it, you cannot be in the past, you cannot be in the future. You cannot be caught up in thoughts. You cannot be caught up in illusions. You cannot be caught up in your sensory attachments. You see, it is away from all of that. Be in the quietude, only feeling how you feel. Only feeling, without even interpreting what you feel and how you feel. Your thought has nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing to do with it. It actually is a matter of how you witness, your own epicenter of feelings, your own 0 point of your feelings. So the more you are connected to your feelings, the more you are moving towards realizing the 0 point of your heart. The more you are drawn towards the 0 point of that energy. See, when you realize your own 0 point, you have realized the self. You have realized what is in your heart. And it is from then on, you are lifted towards the Supreme Consciousness, where you and the Supreme Consciousness become one and the same.
That's a big job.
Yeah. So, see, what actually happens if I were to kind of, inject a little cosmological metaphor here. It's not even a metaphor, it's a reality. See, epicenter or the 0 point is thought of as the epicenter of a black hole. See, and the black holes are always drawn towards super huge black hole, a supreme black hole. So all of them, all these black holes, they are not stagnant at one place. They are also moving towards an epicenter of another supermassive black hole. See, so there is a lot of movement. So when you are moving and when we are realized of our own epicenter, of our own realized of our own 0 point of energy that we are, invariably we are drifting towards the Supreme Consciousness.
Yeah.
See, this is not a metaphor.
No. It's reality.
It is the reality. You see, but it's another way of looking at what is happening to us in our spiritual seeking, in our spiritual journey. So that is the reason why I always say, it's good that we are coming into the knowledge and knowing and wisdom and all of that. We are going to get there in our spiritual journey. But the most important thing that is happening to us right now is how closer we are getting to the epicenter of our feeling. And how that epicenter is transforming as our own 0 point, of energy. See, that is the light within us. as Jesus talks about all the time. That light that shines in us. It's not a lamp, it's not a candlelight, it's nothing like that. That light that shines in us is that 0 point energy in the epicenter of our heart. And this 0 point of energy is so incredibly powerful, and it's amazing. You know what scientist Richard Feynman, you know what he said? He said 1 cubic meter of 0 point energy is enough to boil all the oceans of the earth.
Whoa.
That is how powerful it is. Okay? So in other words, that's what we are drawing towards. I mean, you see, spiritual journey is, is not something only the weird people go into. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Spiritual journey is not for the eccentrics. Spiritual journey is actually is meant to be for everyone. All of us have to seek that epicenter of our own energy.
The center of our own energy.
Epicenter of our own energy.
Yeah.
See, when we are realized of that epicenter of our own energy, then imagine what we are, who we are, and what a difference we could make to this world. What a difference we could make to ourselves. What a difference we could make to our loved ones, our neighbors, our community. See, one person realized of that energy within is so meaningful to God. Because in fact, him realized the oneness and the image and likeness of God within himself, is actually functioning as an extension of the image and likeness himself.
That's powerful.
Yeah. And it is really, really sad. In all these years, we had been existing, and our existence has been limited to a narrow circle of beliefs, and we were never exposed to, this kind of thoughtfulness. We were never exposed to we were not even opened the doors, for us to explore such things and come to understand some things, as we should. We don't. Many of us, we don't even know how to begin, where to begin.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So it is very, very important. It's very relevant for us to start forcing ourselves to be in the present moment and just experience the feeling in the present moment. Not our thoughtfulness, not our mindfulness. Okay, but feel what our heart feels. Very soon we will come to realize, that God is communicating to us, not through our minds, but through our heart. It does not take too long for us to witness that. Really does not. Does that answer your question?